Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Once again, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Well, rates finished the week, once again, slightly better than where they ended last week. It wasn't a major improvement, but again, this 3 or 4 week trend where interest rates have improved has just continued and held strong, and that's a great thing for all of our borrowers and people who want to buy a house out there. Well, we did see quite a bit of economic data here introduced into the market as it pertains to housing, and let me first kind of start with that. We first saw the FHFA, Federal Housing and Finance Authority, Home Price Appreciation Index come in, and that showed that it moderated slightly. The year-over-year number in July was 6.5%, so that's a little bit lower than the year-over-year number last month. But still 6.6% appreciation is a fantastic thing, so it's just moderating slightly. On the new build front, we did see new home sales, which are contracts on new builds, and that showed a decline of about 9.4% for the month of July. We also did see inventory levels increase about 1.5%. So it does show there, too, that maybe some of the strength in the new build market is just moderating a little bit. It's still strong, but it's moderating. And that's an important distinction, because if your clients or you watching CNBC and these numbers come out, makes it sound like it's weak. But if you show, because things are just moderating and it's showing a decline, and so that's the headline number, but they're on strong numbers from the previous month. So it's not that overall things are bad. It's just that this month was a little bit decline over previously strong numbers. So it's an important distinction to make sure that our clients understand that. Now, in terms of the existing market, we did see existing home sales come in, and that showed a decline of about 1.3%. And then the median home price also moderated on the year-over-year number to 6.2%. It was slightly higher the previous month. Again, these are declines from the previous month, but they're still based upon strength in that overall sector, so that's an important distinction. Now, the big news of this week here is really what's going on in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. There's the Jackson Hole Economic Symposium, where basically all the brightest minds and in the whole wide world of finance get together. And today we're going to see Janet Yellen speak. It's actually happening here right now. I'm recording this here at 10 o'clock on Denver time. And then later on, Mario Draghi, the president of the European Central Bank, ECB, will be speaking. And all eyes are going to be focused on that, because it's expected in September for the Federal Reserve meeting, we'll get the announcement of how the United States quantitative tightening is going to be with our reduction of the balance sheet for treasuries and mortgage-backed securities is going to work, and how that might affect the market. And everybody will begin speculating. And then Mario Draghi, ECB, is going to be going through the same thing, their version of tapering. And so people are going to be looking for clues. It's expected that Janet Yellen is going to give some indication that, either the announcement of what's going to happen will happen in September, or if it's going to actually start in September. And she's going to maybe give some clues there. We won't know until the Federal Reserve meeting in September. But the market will be looking for clues. Now, if she's a little bit more hawkish, which that's kind of my expectation, meaning that, well, they'll announce what they're going to do, but they may not start it in September, then the market's going to like that. But if it seems like it's actually going to start in September, the mortgage-backed security and interest rates won't like that as much, just because they're going to know that it's happening pretty quick, and they're going to want to just be conservative, all these investors in mortgage-backed securities and interest rates, and maybe not be real apt to buy a lot of mortgage-backed securities or bonds. Wait to see how the market reacts in September, and then also, what the ECB is going to be doing. So all markets are going to be focused on that. Next week's going to be a big week, because we're going to see, it's going to be the start of September, and we're going to see the jobs number, and that's going to be important as to what the direction of the Federal Reserve is going to be at the policy meeting in September. Again, it's my estimation that Janet Yellen has already said that they're kind of concerned over the lack of inflation, and if the jobs numbers, come out weaker than expected, that's going to have them give a little pause as to when they really start quantitative easing, or quantitative tightening, not to be a shock to the market. That's what's going on. We'll keep you informed. As always, if you have any customers that need any help over this weekend, we're working. So if you're working, so are we. Give us a call. Let us know how we can help, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.